3.
Goofballs, a podcast about the NFL. Okay, let's get it going. Johnny Schwartzbein, Andrew Grace. I want you guys to go at it head to head, starting with Andrew, why your team is going to win the NFC East.
Deion Lewis is probably one of the best running backs in the NFL, and he just started making plays last week out of the backfield. A couple first downs there. And, Daniel Jones is I don't know. There's something about this guy. He's got wheels. He picks him up. He puts him down. And if he can just he can keep him on. If he can keep it together in the passing game, the Giants are going to be a pretty scary force in the NFC East.
Can I just say before you respond, Johnny, that in the last 2 weeks, Deion Lewis has 0 carries. And last week he had one 10-yard catch. That's true. And the week before that, he had 4 targets and he got 1 yard. So I don't know what Andrew is referring to.
I refer to that one catch.
Okay.
The one first down. It's just good to see him getting involved again. And he's one of quickest
one of the top
back in the game.
Johnny.
The Eagles started, I believe, a tackle that they got off the Packers practice squad this week. They don't have their top 3 receivers. They have 5 injuries to anywhere around the offensive line. 17 offensive starters have had injuries since the beginning of this season. I saw that stat. Didn't look it up myself. And they lost to the Ravens by 2 points. The Giants beat the Woofed by 1 point. Who would you rather have going forwards, Wentz or Daniel Jones? Unless you're like a Duke diehard football fan, you're going to say Carson Wentz. And that's the sole reason it's better to be an Eagles fan right now than a Giants fan.
Well, it is not good to be either of you guys. I'm just going to say that right now. And in terms of being fans, I think that you guys are great. And I think I would love to switch bodies with either one of you. Okay. I want to make that very clear that I wasn't saying your lives aren't great. Johnny, you're a homeowner and a proud dad. Andrew, I think you think you might secretly be the richest person I know. Because you talk about yachts and something. Therefore I do think that, but yeah, the teams aren't so good.
I've said it, Kenneth, I've said it before on this podcast. When you're a fan of an NFL franchise, you want at least one of 2 things every year: wins or hope. And the Eagles have one of those, and the Giants have none of those.
You mean they have 1 win?
They have hope. They have hope that things could get better if they get
healthy.
Eagles
have 1 win. Giants have 1 win. It's a tie, baby. Speaking of ties, the Eagles. But before we get to our guest, let's quickly, so we don't get Thayer messed up in this jumble of making our lock it in picks. Okay, so we have to lock in. This is our 12-point confidence lock in a division winner or a wild card. Johnny, do you have your lock it in pick this week?
I do, and I there's so many I want to do, but there's only one that I feel like over 85% confident. I know you locked in this. Mary locked in the Seahawks. I want to lock in the Seahawks. I want to lock in the Packers, but the Bears are on top of that division right now because of the Browns. I'm going to go ahead and lock in, because I have to lock in a team. I'm going to lock in the Tennessee Titans to win the AFC South.
Tennessee Titans, sensible. Last week you guys locked in the NFC East picks of your own teams, and I locked in the Packers, which doesn't look as good this week. The Packers took a bad loss, and the Bears are now ahead of them. Andrew, do you have your lock it in pick?
I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. I think that's I was a little bold last week. I went for the Giants, and I'm just bringing it back in. We're going halfback dive, quick West Coast offense pass. Take it easy this week.
Very good. And I'm juggling a few, but I think the only thing.
Just that the only reason I did the Titans instead of the Seahawks is because the Seahawks are in such a better division that it doesn't seem as safe, even though the Seahawks look so good and have the same lead over the Cardinals and the Rams as the Titans have over the Colts. And I was high on the Colts at the beginning of the year, but it just seems safer. Kenneth, be careful, be safe.
Those are both understandable picks. The Rams have a very difficult schedule coming up as well. They have one of the toughest schedules remaining, according to Football Outsiders. But the Titans, I am going to lock in the Titans for the AFC South. So.
See, I was right, Andrew.
But I don't love it. I mean, you're relying on some stuff.
Kenneth is smart. Kenneth's always right. So, yeah.
But I don't clearly two teams are out of it, so it's just kind of playing the gamble. Speaking of playing the gamble, this is not a gamble on this guest. It's a surefire winner, and we welcome him to the show, the Goofballs, Thayer Frechette, and he is a Patriots fan. Is this correct?
This is correct. Not a lot to root for after the last game, but we're keeping it tight. Might be time to put Edelman at QB, but
Oh shit.
no, there's a lot going on this last one. O-line decimated. But a lot of ups and downs. I kind of wish we hadn't played Seattle so well, because that really gave me a lot of hope for the season. Just being like, this is going to be good. Cam is going to just step right in. Fundamentals, let's get it done. And since then, it's been a tough one.
The question that everyone wants to know: you need one QB to win you one game. Who are you picking, Jimmy Garoppolo or Jacoby Brissett?
Dude, I actually love Jacoby Brissett.
Wow!
I'm a Brissett
wow!
man. Love him.
Hot take.
Love him. He should be playing in Indianapolis right now. Phillip Rivers is garbage.
Yeah, that's a dangerous quarterback to have at quarterback. Well, speaking of lock it in, the Bills are 4-2, but they just had a not a great.
They're
loss.
slipping.
They're not
Division's
so
coming
hot.
right back down.
The Dolphins are moving up a little bit, but the Patriots, they seem to be back in that mix, like you're saying. Who would you lock in as the AFC East winner right now?
God, yeah. I mean, I really want to say the Patriots, but I think the Bills are going to keep it together. Josh Allen, MVP season. I think the Patriots. We're probably going to get 9 wins. I feel good about that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Bills they're going to ride the ship. I feel like they played some tough battles.
Yeah. 9 wins. That's right on the cusp, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's not quite. It's like right on the cusp. It could be, but
just the offense is offensive. It's offensive offense. It's so bad.
That's a great line. I'm taking that one.
Please, it is offensive offense.
Do you feel like, as a speaking of defense, actually, do you feel like as a Patriots fan you have to be defensive about all the winning?
The rings speak for themselves, and it's just when you're at the top, people are going to come at you, and that's just how it goes. So just
you
comes
sound
with
like
the
a pawn
territory.
shop owner that doesn't want to brag about any of their inventory.
Exactly. I mean, you can see it through the glass. Please don't touch. But
the rings speak for themselves.
Rings speak for themselves. Exactly. So,
Andrew, do you have anything to say about that?
I mean, I think it's good wins. It brought me a lot of pain. It brought me a lot of pain watching you guys keep winning, but you couldn't beat the Giants in the Super Bowl, and you could have been undefeated. You could have been 19-0, and that would have been great. That would have been like historic.
we've made enough history.
But you didn't get it.
We've actually made enough. We've made enough history, dude. There's enough history to go around.
No,
we
did.
We did. No,
you
we
needed
did.
that.
Okay, actually, this is the question I guess that people will be asking Patriots fans.
No, I already asked the Jacoby Brissett.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Jimmy
Sorry,
Garoppolo.
yes. Does this make you feel any type of way about the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick factor?
Good question.
I think they really complemented each other. Brady's team now, you just got undisciplined stuff going all the time. And then you just need someone to be efficient, not turn the ball over. So they were a good match, but I think they need each other, though. God, it does hurt a little bit, Brady's team being this good this past weekend. But it's going to sting, but we look away. We just look away and just wait for it to collapse.
Yeah.
He's throwing a lot of pick sixes, though, so don't love that.
Thayer, do you live yourself by the Patriot way?
Yeah, I try to bend the rules to the most possible way. And people get angry, but it's within the rules, so they can't really be upset and just have to respect my creativity and skills.
Yeah,
and that's just how it goes,
Make the Patriots great again. I agree, yeah.
We're going to sneak in. We're going to sneak in. Probably get a first-round playoff loss, but, God, the potential.
Speaking of potential, I'm potentially going to do my segment right now,
Ooh.
and I am.
Ooh,
And,
segue.
Nice.
This is called NFL-ivision.
Oh my God,
Nice.
Kenneth, this is a great title for a second. Honestly, I love it. I don't know what it is yet, but
Kenneth,
I
was this
really
for
do
me,
love
dude?
it.
Was this for me?
I'm hoping
Amazing.
that this was just it organically
Yes.
came about, that you didn't spend time. This is a great. Honestly, I'm excited. Super excited.
Thank you.
I'm not being facetious or insincere at all.
I didn't think you were, and I
It
appreciate
sounds
it.
very fun. What is it?
Thayer and I were in a spec writing class together.
That's right.
And we wrote, we learned, I definitely learned a lot in that class about how to write TV scripts and are into TV and stuff. And I've been definitely rekindling the flame between myself and television recently, watching a lot of shows and watching a lot of HBO Max originals. And I'm just a big fan of these HBO Max originals. And I don't mind if that becomes my brand because I'm going to keep hyping them up. But for NFL-ivision, I will say the name of an HBO original, which I know a lot of people have not heard of a lot of these shows. And we'll go around, and if you get that show title, you will tell me what that TV show is. It's a football TV show, and all you have is the title, and then you'll tell me what this football TV show is.
It's a made-up show, right?
It's a made-up show. It'll be a real show title, but you'll just take the show title and make
We'll
up
pitch
a
it
show.
as if it was a football TV show.
Exactly. You will. Thank you for saying pitch it, because after you say you make your pitch, we'll go around if anyone has any pitches.
So it's baseball.
It's baseball. Exactly.
Or it's
football has
football.
pitches.
Or it's football.
And soccer football has pitches.
Soccer football, yeah.
But also
Or
football
cricket.
has pitches because they pitch.
No, it's not. Cricket isn't pitching. It's
Patrick Mahomes.
Bowling. Anyways, continue, Kenneth.
So it's a pretty clear game, I think, at this point, right?
I like it.
I'll start with Johnny.
Oh,
Johnny
here we go.
Schwartz.
Ooh. I'm great at pitches. Get me in the room.
All right, so this is a football-based TV show. It could be about current events or
No.
whatever you'd like.
No.
It's called Close Enough.
Close Enough is the story of the 1990s Bills, but it's seen through the lens of 90s pop culture. So imagine the stories of the 90s Bills getting to the Super Bowl that many times and losing, but it has the aesthetic feel of Saved by the Bell. So there's a lot of neon greens and pinks, and they all meet up at a diner that has arcade games in the background. Thurman Thomas, they call the Thermos because his name is a mashup. So the Thermos rolls in on a skateboard and flicks it up and catches it in one hand, and he says tubular a lot. You have Marv Levy is Principal Belding, he's trying to relate to the players. He tosses in slang bodacious and I want to say tubular again, but
It's a very 90s word.
Yeah, and then they have a very it's way earlier than it happens in real life, but they have a very special episode where like Jim Kelly gets, the big C, and they go through that, but he miraculously recovers in like one episode, and they go on to like win the game, but then eventually lose the Super Bowl. So that is my pitch for Close Enough.
Close enough.
Catch it Saturdays on NBC.
We lost the game, but we won the friendship. That's the tag right
that's
there.
good.
Oh my god.
Ba-da-da-ba-bow.
Well, we know from people love, like Married with Children. People love a sad ending.
Did that end sad?
Every episode. I mean, Al Bundy always is such a loser, just like the Bills, right?
He's probably dead by now. The character.
True.
That's probably true. Yeah, love it. Close Enough. Does anybody know what the Close Enough TV show is?
It's not what I said?
No, it's a little different.
Okay.
It's a great animated show from the guy who made a show called Regular Show, which I did not watch that, but I watched this, and I do enjoy this. Jason Mantzoukas is one of the voices.
I know someone who wrote on that. Who wrote on that? Who wrote on Regular Show?
That's a different segment.
Who
wrote it?
I think it was either Gina or Haley. You know them.
All right, Thayer, are you ready for your HBO Max original title?
Can't wait to pitch. Yeah, I'm very excited.
This HBO Max original, Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol. This follows the Richard Sherman Seahawks, but it's all post game. So you just every episode starts with the game result, and then it's what they're doing at night around Seattle. They're going around and they're trying to be superheroes, but they are really bad at throwing the football, so they just tackle everybody. And then people are like, well, who did this? And then they all say Doom Patrol together, and then they leave because they have a game to get to. How much money do you want to buy this for?
Is that part of their that's part of their superpower, is that they have synchronicity?
They all have to say it at the same time. It's kind of like a curse, but you'll find out more as we go on. And that's like season 2 stuff. Yeah.
Andrew, did you see a lot of TV potential with the Seahawks?
Yeah, I think the Doom Patrol specifically Doom
Specifically the show Doom Patrol starring the Seahawks. Yeah.
Starring the Legion of Boom in Doom Patrol.
Specifically the Legion of Boom starring in the Doom Patrol.
I like it.
Yeah. I think if Meatloaf, it's super lot of stuff.
If Meatloaf, what was that?
If Meatloaf, then yes.
You trailed off in your own brain. I want to know the rest.
It is interesting why they didn't call it Boom Patrol, because they were the Legion of Boom. But that's Hollywood.
That's HBO Max.
That's Hollywood. They know, and I don't.
Yeah,
so.
It's an HBO Max original. Okay,
that's right. That's right.
Maybe inspired by.
Exactly.
Side note, Andrew, your hair is looking great tonight. I don't know what you're doing, but it's looking great. What a coif you have.
Shampooing, dude. That's amazing stuff.
I borrowed my brother-in-law's volumizing shampoo.
Wow, you're gonna have to keep that because the results are amazing.
That plus
dude.
the constant sea air, it's just revitalizing your follicles.
Andrew, are you ready for your football show? Well, this show that you know about that's football related. It's called Raised by Wolves.
Okay. Raised by Wolves follows a fullback who a fullback in 2020, and
this show got picked up. This show got made. This show about one fullback.
And he was raised obviously by wolves in both Alaska and various parts of Canada, because the wolves travel, and being a fullback already kind of like, do we still have fullbacks? He's already kind of an odd man out of the locker room, but he's also a wolf. But he's not. He's a human, but he was raised by wolves. So it kind of follows.
Speak English? Does he speak English or just wolf talk?
No, he went to University of Washington. Huskies.
So not Nevada.
And he knows English, but he's still recovering from wolves are pretty crazy sometimes. So and it's just a really sexy show.
Oh boy.
Oh, that took a turn. All right.
Yeah, all right. HBO Max with the full nude, I guess.
Who are the Red Wolves? The college mascot, the Red Wolves.
Something Illinois? Northern,
Maybe.
Southern? No. Salukis.
Something
Greyhounds.
This is also a different segment.
Lobos. Lobos is New
Lobos,
Mexico.
yeah, that's right.
Lobos, I like the Lobos.
Hey, Kenneth, just random thing. Can you name 2 active fullbacks like playing in the NFL right now? Because I can only name 1.
Kyle Juszczyk.
That's the one I got.
And Patrick DeMarco.
Oh, who's he?
I think he plays for the Bills right now.
That's fun. Just checking.
Yeah, they're probably
8.
There's probably 8 or 9. They're definitely out there. It's hard to say. Well, I don't know. It's Raised by Wolves from executive producer Ridley Scott. This is a creepy sci-fi film. Thayer, have you seen this show?
I saw the first couple episodes. The production value is amazing. I can't say I fully got hooked. I may, if it had a fullback, I may have stuck around, but sadly did not make the final cut.
I heard good things though.
I think like I said, like Thayer says, it is a good looking show, and it is creepy. I'm interested by the lead character. I agree that maybe it doesn't have that immediate hook.
Is it creepy or scary? Because I was into the first 3-4 episodes of Lovecraft Country. It got too scary for me.
I would not say that it is. I guess that would be scarier to me than Lovecraft Country.
Hard pass.
And Doom Patrol, Thayer, were you aware of this show? Because you did mention superheroes.
I think it came to me halfway through the pitch, but I've not seen it.
It's like a
Brendan
DC.
Fraser.
No?
It's Brendan Fraser, really?
Yeah, Brendan Fraser's in it.
Still in the Mummy universe? Please tell me this.
It is a DC thing, I guess. I don't follow comic books, but that's what it says.
Okay.
But I'm really just trying to watch HBO Max originals, so it's just a big part of my life now.
Love that.
Infinity Train, another good one. But that's it for NFL Television. We always
loved it.
And hey, maybe this segment will come back someday because I just watched 2 Apple TV shows, and I don't know that there are any others. So there you go. Can we do your game show now, Johnny?
I think so. It's not too long. I think let's see if we can squeeze in. Maybe we'll do 2 halves. All right. So as we all know, the Jets stink on ice. So that's where my brain went this week, is how bad the Jets are. But are the Jets even the worst franchise in the New York area? Is the question that made me come up with this game. So this trivia game is called Jets, Mets, or Nets.
Nets or Nets?
Yes, in this game we'll go Andrew first, then Kenneth first, then Thayer, then Andrew. 2 rounds, 1 question for each of you each round. So basically, I will give you a very sad, pathetic trivia question, and you tell me if the team that belongs to is the Jets, the Mets, or the Nets. If you get it correct, you get 1 point. If you get it incorrect, you get -1 point. Once I ask you the question, you can either answer it or you can say yuck. When you say yuck, it passes on to the next person in order. And you only get 1 yuck per round.
Mm.
So if you get, if someone says yuck and they pass it to you, and you still have a yuck, you can keep passing the buck of yuck, as it were. But you only get to pass one time each round. You understand? 2 rounds. Does everyone understand the rules?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. Jets, Mets, or Nets. Kenneth, you're up first. Round 1, question run. Kenneth, this team has made the playoffs 5 times since 1990.
5 times since 1990 playoffs.
Just 5 times since 19. That's 30 years.
Jets, Nets, or Mets? Well, I'm gonna say the Nets probably made it more, just because they made more. Jets or Mets? It's hard to make the baseball playoffs, but maybe I'm gonna say
Just back
that
off
it
the mic a
is-
little. Just back off the mic a little.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go with the Mets.
Mets is correct. Kenneth, 1 point for you. Thayer, are you ready for your round 1 question?
Let's do it.
Okay. This team has had 1 winning season since 2011.
Oh.
Jets, Mets, or Nets? Or yuck.
I think. Okay, it's not the Nets. Mets are really bad.
They're all bad.
They're all really bad. I'm trying to think when that Sanchez. Since 2011. I'm going to go with the Mets as well.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is the Jets. The Mets and the Nets
I
both
should know that.
They each have 3 winning seasons in the last 9 years. Wow.
Still very sad.
What great franchises.
Very sad.
Andrew, your hometown. Here we go. Andrew, are you ready for your round 1 question?
Ready.
Okay, Jets, Mets, or Nets? This team, despite being bad for a long, long time, has only had 3 top 10 draft picks in the last 20 years. Jets, Mets, or Nets?
Not the Jets.
Oh, and just so you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, one of the 3 teams each round. So it could be any of the 3, each one.
Oh, it could be all of them.
No, it could be any of them.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Mets.
You said Mets?
Mets, yeah.
Sorry, it's hard because there's an M and an N there. Which one did you say?
The New York Metropolitan.
You're a baseball fan. That is wrong. Very wrong. The answer is Nets. There are 3 top
New York
10 draft
Metropolitans.
picks.
They traded them all for
Yes,
Kevin Garnett.
The Nets' 3 top 10 draft picks in the last 20 years: Brooke Lopez, Eddie Griffin, and Derek Favors. Front office not doing them any favors because they still stink. We'll see what Kevin Durant does. Round 2. Here we go, Kenneth. Are you ready? Jets, Mets, or Nets?
Yes.
This team has only drafted 1 Hall of Famer in their franchise's history.
Oh boy. Well, the Jets Hall of Famers would definitely be Joe Namath. Yeah,
Chad Pennington.
Not Person.
Oh, thank you for helping me, Andrew.
Remember,
did they
drafted.
draft him? Did they draft him? Okay, interesting. And the Mets, they have to have some. And the Nets, they might not. And I don't know that much about the old Basketball Hall of Fame, but I do feel like they let more people in. So I'm gonna say the numbers game. I gotta go Nets.
The correct answer is, hold on, let me reset my Apple's Notes app because they shut down. The correct answer is Nets. The Nets.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 points for Kenneth. I'm going to give, because everyone is so far behind, I'm going to give bonus 2 points if either of you, other 2, Thayer and Andrew, can name who that 1 Hall of Famer is that the Nets drafted.
Drafted. It's like Keith Van Horn in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, right.
He should be.
No one
Those
from the
sucks.
University of Utah is in the Hall.
That's right.
Thayer, you have 5 seconds.
5 seconds. The Nets drafted. I don't know who it is. Don't know who it is.
Okay. Negative 5 points for there. Andrew.
Jason Kidd.
No, the Mavericks
Oh.
drafted him. No, the
Yep.
correct answer is Bernard King.
Oh.
NBA scoring champion Bernard King. Here we go. Round 2, question 2. Thayer, are you ready? Jets, Mets, Nets.
Let's do it.
This team has finished last or second to last in their division every year for the last 5 years.
It's got to be my dogs, the Jets.
That is incorrect.
What?
The correct answer is Nets.
Really?
The Jets
The
and the
Nets?
Mets. The Jets, yeah, they've been 4th or 5th every year for the last 5 years. The Jets and the Mets both have a second place finish in 2016. Fun
Jets had that Ryan Fitzpatrick year.
Yes, the magic.
Oh, my
It's
God.
magic year. Andrew, are you ready?
Yes.
And this one is worth 7 points. Here we go. Andrew.
Oh.
This team has only been to their conference final 2 times since 1977. Jets, Mets, Nets.
Jets.
The worst guess in the history of Goofballs? No. Jets 4 times. The Mets 6 times. The Nets have only been to the conference final 2
Man.
times. And that means that not only is Kenneth the winner, but the Nets are much worse than any of us think.
What was
Oh, they're
go ahead.
so bad. They're so bad.
They're very bad. It doesn't matter if they're in Jersey
what was
or
Jay-Z
Brooklyn.
thinking?
Yeah, what was
What?
he thinking?
What was Jay-Z thinking?
He was love drunk sipping on that lemonade.
I fucking hate the Nets.
Oh my God. Holy shit, relax.
Yeah, dude.
I'm a Knicks fan, so like when they came into town, I was like, "Get out of here! We're the Knicks are so bad, we're hurting."
And
now
this is
you're trying to
Andrew,
take-
I actually had this thought. You are so lucky that Knicks doesn't rhyme with Jets.
I know.
Because they also suck shit.
Oh, my God.
And the Yankees this year, such a disappointment. Andrew, your hometown is just a steaming pile of piss built upon an island of garbage. And people only like it because they feel like they will die there. I don't like New York. I don't like you. And I don't like the Jets. Kenneth, that's Jets, Mets, or Nets. Back to you.
Wow.
Wow.
No response. No response. Someday you and I will have a catch in Central Park. And
Oh, boy.
They're
Yeah.
speaking of the Jets. Do you
3
feel,
days where the weather is in garbage.
What'd you say, Kenneth?
Thayer, do you feel like you want people to stop talking about firing Adam Gase? That would be better for the Jets to keep at.
I mean, in some ways, he is their best asset because he's such a bad coach, and they could get Trevor Lawrence. It's just like, I mean, this has been said 100 times, but it is crazy that every player that leaves him is just like becomes really good. Makes you think. Also, his own defensive coordinator is just like, yeah, I really hate you. And he's like, didn't like that. But he's probably the most like recognizable Jets player at this time, Jets personnel. So they should probably keep him.
Yeah. I
I'm
do
sure they'll
think
fire him the last like week of the season, and then they'll win a game and get out of the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes, I imagine.
I mean, eventually, I just think that they'll win some games because teams do tend to win some games. And, it wasn't long ago the Dolphins were worse than this.
Dude, ask the Nets. This is not coming around. It's over.
Not necessarily. Not like, they can still go 4-12, which would be probably, one of the worst records or whatever. Do you fear the Patriots going 5-11 or something like this?
Don't see it. No way. We're still playing Dolphins and Jets again. chalk that up. Josh Allen's got to throw like a last-minute pick six when we play him again. So feeling good. There's just a lot of wild cards going on in there.
Yeah.
3 this year.
Exactly. And Cam is a Greek god. Greatest body I've ever seen. And nothing.
But
will bring him down.
is there any part of you that wants to say you haven't been drafting high picks in a long time?
I'd be curious, but like what we need now is receivers, and we are not good at that. So just gonna have to sweep that under the rug and hope for a disgruntled receiver.
Speaking of receivers, we will be right back after a quick break, and all the listeners out there will receive some more audio.